The next generation of Apple's iPhone is scheduled to debut today, 10 years after the first device was launched. The tech world is abuzz with reports that Apple will introduce the iPhone X, the Roman numeral nod to the 10th anniversary of the first iPhone, as well as other models, iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus, at 10 a.m. Pacific Coast Time, at Apple's headquarters in Cupertino, California. Some estimates have put the starting cost of the iPhone X at $999. The iPhone has already taken its place in gadget history as a groundbreaking communications device well ensconced in modern culture. Each new iteration of the iPhone has prompted fevered reaction among techies as well as long lines of devotees camped in front of Apple stores and other venues waiting to buy the latest Apple creation. According to the latest research from Strategy Analytics, the iPhone 7 is the world's biggest selling smartphone. It estimated that Apple shipped 16.9 million units and captured 5% of the world's market share in the second quarter of this year. Apple has shipped 1.2 billion iPhones worldwide since the introduction of the device in 2007, according to Strategy Analytics, and total global iPhone revenue is about $760 billion. Here's a rundown of every generation of the iPhone since its debut. 1. The first iPhone, released January 29, 2007, price $499, 4GB model, $599, 8GB model. The original iPhone, also called the iPhone 2G, was available in one color, gray, when it upended the communications world 10 years ago with its multi-touch screen and digital keyboard. 2. iPhone 3G, released July 11, 2008, price $199. Apple upgraded the iPhone with a complete redesign and support for 3G networks, letting users download files and navigate the internet more quickly. 3. iPhone 3GS, released June 19, 2009, price $199, 16GB, $299, 32GB, addressing the need for speed. The iPhone 3GS featured a faster processor than its predecessors. This model had more megapixel capacity for its camera than earlier iPhones, larger firmware and double the random access memory, RAM. 4. iPhone 4, released June 24, 2010, price $199, 16GB, $299, 32GB. The iPhone 4 had 3 models and released another redesign, this time with a glass body. The device debuted Apple's new high-resolution Retina display and a new FaceTime video chat service. However, some customers complained that the iPhone's new antenna design caused the device to lose its cellular signal if it was held in a certain way. 5. iPhone 4S, released October 14, 2011, price $299, 16GB, $299, 32GB, $399, 64GB. The iPhone 4S introduced the world to Siri, Apple's intelligent personal assistant. Reviewers also noted the new camera and processing speeds as advances over the prior model. The debut of the iPhone 4S coincided with the news that Apple founder Steve Jobs had died. 6. iPhone 5, released September 21, 2012, price $199, 16GB, $299, 32GB, $399, 64GB. The iPhone 5 was the first iPhone to be developed under the guidance of Tim Cook and the last to be overseen by Steve Jobs. The iPhone 5 featured major design changes. Among them were an aluminum-based body that was thinner and lighter than previous models, and a taller screen, a new compact dock connector that replaced the 30-pin design used by previous iPhone models. 7. iPhone 5S, released September 20, 2013, price $199, 16GB, $299, 32GB, $399. 64 GB. The iPhone 5S was the first iPhone to support Touch ID. Apple's fingerprint reader technology used to unlock the phone. The camera was updated with a larger aperture. 8. iPhone 5C, released September 20, 2013. Price $99. 16 GB, $199. 32 GB. The iPhone 5C was marketed as Apple's discounted version of the iPhone with a plastic shell instead of an aluminum covering. It didn't offer as much storage as the other iPhones and also didn't have Touch ID. The device was offered in 5 colors: blue, green, yellow, pink, and white. 9. iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, released September 19, 2014. Price $99. 16 GB, $249. 32 GB. The iPhone 6 featured a 4.7-inch screen, faster wireless speeds, better camera autofocus, and increased storage capacity. It was the first device to support Apple Pay, a secure payment system. The iPhone 6 Plus delivered longer battery life and a bigger screen, 5.5 inches. The device also supported Apple Pay. 10. iPhone 6s and iPhone 6s Plus, released September 25, 2015. Price $199. 6s, $299. 6s Plus. The iPhone 6s and iPhone 6s Plus were the first phones to support LTE advanced networks. Both phones had the same exterior design as the previous iPhone 6 generation. Each device had improved interior hardware, camera and processor. The phones were made from a sturdier aluminum alloy and had stronger glass. 11. iPhone SE, released March 31, 2016. Price $399. 16 GB, $499. 64 GB. Apple touted this device as a big step for small in an attempt to market the device to those who still preferred Apple's smaller screens. This device offered a 4-inch screen and faster Wi-Fi. 12. iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus, released September 16, 2016. Price $649. 32 GB, $849. 256 GB. For iPhone 7, $769. 32 GB, $969. 256 GB. For Plus. The current generation of iPhones maintain the design released with the iPhone 6. The iPhone 7 is water-resistant and has improved front and rear cameras, a faster processor and longer battery life. The iPhone 7 Plus has an advanced dual-camera system for Apple's portrait photos. Neither phone has a headphone jack.